There is new outrage over subsidies for members of Congress and their staff members on Obamacare. Some Republicans accusing Democrats of pushing the president to change the rules again and saying the only way to solve the problem fairly is to repeal Obamacare entirely. Texas Congressman Steve Stockman is on the Foreign Affairs Committee. And, sir, good morning to you. Thanks for coming in. You're in Las Vegas today. So I guess if you don't like the rules, if you don't like the law, you just amend it and change it. Is that the way it works in Washington?
Well, apparently the president changes it even without Congress, which is illegal. As you know, this morning I think he exempted or allowed the insurance companies to write themselves a bigger check. So what our office is wanting to do is to, as committee staff gets exempted, we'd like to see everybody in the United States become a committee staffer. Therefore, everybody would be an exempt individual.
Well, that's a good question, because what the exemption means is that there will be subsidies for members of Congress and some of their staffers as they go on to these exchanges as government employees. Question to you and the people working for you, will you take the subsidies as a member of Congress?
Well, they had subsidies prior, but what they did is they wrote out the health care law was writing out 70% of the bill the taxpayers were paying for all federal employees, and we don't intend to take those subsidies. What we want to do is actually grant everybody a waiver by making them all honorary members of the committee, subcommittees, or committees. So this bill, as I was mentioning, is written by Nancy Pelosi staffers. They exempted themselves, all the staffers on the committees. And this is something that should be an outrage. You know, it'd be like going to a restaurant saying, this is a fine dining restaurant, but the chef doesn't want to eat the food he prepared for you. This is just an outrage, and I think that Congress should reject it. But here's what we want to know. Listen, but Congress has taken the deal so far as we can tell right now. But how many members of Congress are going to take the subsidies? I mean, it's an unbelievable thing that you can pass a law and change the rules and take taxpayer dollars to fund your health care and to get subsidies that are not granted to everyday Americans. It's ridiculous. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And this was when the president came down to speak to the House Democrats. Apparently the deal was cut then. I don't even know if the Speaker's aware of it. We've inquired about it and how this is happening, but this is unilaterally coming from the White House at the request of the House Democrats. We still don't know the parameters of it. We still don't understand what's going on.
Well, listen, we're not going to let go of it because we want to figure out in the end what it's about.
Bill, we love you for doing that.
July of 2009, President Obama, if you like your doctor, you will be able to keep your doctor, period. If you like your health care plan, you'll be able to keep your health care plan, period. No one will take it away no matter what. That was June of 2009. How do we read that now?
Oh, this is another campaign tactic. It wasn't based on facts. I mean, even Nancy Pelosi said you have to pass the law before you find out what's in it. No one knows what's in it. It's 1,200 pages, yet most Americans know one or two things about the bill, you know, whatever an adult child is. That's a new definition. And you have a continual unrolling of these bad things in the bill. And now the Democrats, even the head of the Democrats on the Senate side said it's a horrible bill. The unions are saying it's a horrible bill. It needs to be repealed. It needs to be stopped. And we need to stop this president from issuing edicts instead of participating in a democracy or republic.
Well, enjoy August, because there will be a lot of answers needed come September when you guys are back in D.C. Steve Stockman,
I agree.
Thank you for your